the narrator, so that would be wrong. And B is she refuses to perform her job if Santiago is present. What's her job?
Oh no, she owns the house thing, the party.
Right, but based on everything we just read, what's her occupation? Make an inference.
Wedding? Nah.
Make an inference.
Don't she
It's
own
too
the
many
townhouse?
clues in here,
She
huh?
owns the townhouse.
Well, it's a house, but what happens in this house?
They have a party.
What happens in this house?
Open doors.
I need you to read it.
Oh, she rents room, and she has the courthouse for dancing, like lights lit. Oh yes.
I'm gonna help you out a little bit. Okay. We've been together at Maria's until after 3 a.m. when she herself sent the musicians away and turned out the lights in the dancing courtyard so that her pleasurable mulatto girls could go to bed by themselves and get some rest.
Is it a I don't
You do know. What kind of house is that?
what is it called? Playboy. I don't know.
Well, then describe it to me.
Is it like a strip club? I don't know.
It's not a strip
That's what it sounds
club.
like.
It's
I don't
not a
know.
strip
I don't know.
club. It's not a strip club.
Is it a dancing? I don't know, Miss Hinkle.
Wait, look at it though.
Because it says that because when you were reading they sent the girls to go to sleep and then you screamed by themselves. So
Yeah, because if it's important for the author to mention that she sent them to bed by themselves so they could get some rest, then what were they doing that they weren't getting any rest?
Oh, I know what it is. Oh. Okay. It's a I don't know the name of it, but it's a what's it called house. It's a
House of what?
party. Do I have to say it?
Yes, you
House
do.
of sex.
So these are women that,
Sell themselves. I don't know.
yeah, yes, it's a house of prostitution.
That's the name of it. Oh. Okay.
And so what they typically call them are brothels,
Brothels.
a brothel. And so it's Maria's house. So who's selling these women?
Maria.
Maria.
She a pimp.
Yeah, something like that, absolutely. And so I was hoping you would get that as we were going through that. And Maria was raised in this house. And so, in other words, her parents must have what?
Did it? Own it?
Owned it originally. Because that's where she was raised. And although she was raised in a house of prostitution, she ended up falling in love with who? She ended up falling in love with Santiago, who didn't like the idea of them being together.
No, narrate. No. What's her name?
You go back through there. Who didn't like them being together?
No, Maria. It's No. Oh, yeah,
You're
Maria,
guessing
Maria.
without looking into the passage. The one thing I want you to get used to is going back into the text to help you understand what you're reading.
Was it America? It says, but he didn't.
Who did not like the idea of Santiago and Maria being together?
He's talking about Santiago's talking about her when he says Santiago lost his mind the first time he ever saw her, right? That's
Right, but
Okay.
keep reading.
father.
His father. Now, was that hard?
Yes.
I'm asking, yes, yes.
No.
So, all you gotta do is go back in there, because I'm asking you questions from the passage. I made sure it was nice and juicy so that we could work with it. So, his father didn't like the fact that they were a couple, so to speak, or that they were in love, because she was a what?
Pimp.
Yeah. And so he came and he grabbed Santiago and locked him up on the ranch for a year, because it was like, no son of mine
They're gonna marry no.
is going to be in a relationship with a woman who prostitutes herself. And so even though they knew they couldn't be together, they cared about each other, they knew they couldn't be together. So when he was present, she would never disrespect him at all. She wouldn't even work that day. She sent other girls to work, but she wouldn't work. So getting back to this question, how does Maria continue to show respect for Santiago, although they're not a couple?
She refused to perform her job if Santiago was present.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So initially, you chose C. She wakes him up in time for the bishop's arrival.
That's a whole different person.
That was a whole different person. Why did you choose that one initially?
I can't even tell you why. I don't.
Why?
Because I couldn't find it, so I was like, oh, she woke him up.
So what are we learning how to do here?
So, read and think.
Go back into the passage and make sense of it so that you're able to what?
So,
To choose the correct answers. Because what's happening is that there's this disconnect between what you're reading and then your ability to be able to answer the question. So the passage was small enough, but juicy enough in detail that you could have gone back in and found that answer. Okay?
yeah.
And then the last one, she allows her girls to work late hours during Angela and Bayardo's wedding. So that wouldn't have anything to do with Santiago, would it?
Oh, you was reading the next choice.
I was reading
oh,
D, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay, all right. Cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. I have another activity for us, but we're running short on time. I think we actually have run short on time. So, the next time we see each other, what I'm going to do is basically take us through a passage in chapter 3, and I'm going to work on, since we're struggling with being able to basically answer text-dependent type questions where the answers are in the text. We're going to work on some text-dependent type questions to make it a little bit easier for you to, number one, understand what you're reading, and two, show you that, you know, if you work through the passage and you work through it to the point where you understand it, you will be able to answer the question.
Okay.
Oakley dokley. Cool beans, sir. Thank you.